that we're hoping to convey this morning. Maybe you've already been thinking about it before Kristopher arrived here. It's about becoming a hero. It's about thinking about becoming an organ donor. One person's decision can help save 8 people's lives. My life was saved 9 years ago. I had 2 days left to live. Thank God, you know, an individual made that decision. My life was saved, and 5 others. There's 6 of us alive today because of that one decision. Not only that, there was 25 other lives who had their lives restored. Some gained eyesight. Some were able to walk again. Some were able to, that had very bad burn victims, now have regained skin. It just goes on and on and on and on. This was from one unselfish decision that brought so much happiness and gratitude to so many people's lives. So that is what we're trying to convey this morning. If you're even thinking about becoming an organ donor, then you're automatically a hero because you're thinking of somebody else. And sometimes that's hard to do. Now, if you are thinking of somebody else and you want to become an organ donor, we're hoping that one day you can share this wish with your family. When there's a convenient time, sit down with the family and share your wish with them. I met Kris during my campaign. As I was going through Sarnia, I'd seen this young boy who had a big smile on his face and had so much energy and wanted to carry the torch that was carried in across Sarnia. And he did carry it, and you know, I looked at Kris, and there was no indication whatsoever that anything was wrong with Kris. I mean, you know, anything physically, and any, you know, that he had any problems in the world. At the end of the day, he lifted up his shirt like he usually likes to do, and he showed me all his scars. And he told me that he was on the waiting list for a liver transplant for most of his life, and that he had gone through so many operations to stay alive, and he was telling me this with a great big smile on his face. And right there and then, I thought I just met the most incredible human being in my life. And at the time, he expressed a wish to me. He asked me if one day he could carry that torch across Canada. And, you know, it's not that simple to do something like that. So I said, well, you know, we'll see. As I was making my way back to Sarnia, again I met Kris, and he had this big smile on his face. I thought for sure that he had received a liver transplant. There was every indication to believe that he had received a liver transplant because of the positive spirit that he was showing, and with this great big smile that he had. And sadly, again, he told me that he was still on the waiting list. But once again, he expressed his wish. George, can I walk across Canada, carry the torch, and will you be my road manager? And after talking to his family, who were 100% behind it, after talking to his school and everybody else in the community, they were all 100% behind Kris, because they knew Kris's character. And then I agreed. On January the 8th, we began our big kickoff in his hometown, Sarnia, and today we're on day 54, and we're happy to be here in Cornwall. As we're moving from community to community, we are getting a lot of help from local people, you know, restaurants and hotels, and you know, as a matter of fact, one day our van broke down, and it Belleville, and there was a dealership there that fixed the whole thing, which it was amazing. So we know that there's great, wonderful people here in this country. But as we're moving along, part of the team that's helping to make this possible is Kelly, and he's to my left, and that's Kris'S dad. Can you give him a round of applause? Another very important member of the team, who wants to say a few words to you. He has been on the trip since day one, and he's going to see it all the way through. And can you please welcome Biliary to say a few words?
Hi, thank you very much for having us here. It's a great pleasure to be in this town of Cornwall. It was a while ago when I known George for a while. I met him not too long after he had his transplant, and George asked me if I'd like to start. I played baseball with him, soccer, and I couldn't believe. I found out about 4 months after I had been playing sports with him that he had a new liver, and I couldn't believe it because it was like a bionic man. I said, holy jeez, where are you getting this energy from? But I've been with George for the last 5-6 years now, and I met Kris through George. And we were up in North Bay one time and did a presentation to a family whose little boy had an accident, and they donated his organs. And when I met Kris, I couldn't believe the spirit that this boy had. And when I was asked from George if I'd like to go on this campaign with him across Canada, you know what? I was honored, but it would have been so easy for me to say no. It's very easy to say no, I'm busy, I got something else to do. But when I found out that there was like 4,000 men, women, and children on the waiting list, and these people, I'm sure if they had the opportunity to do what we're doing, they'd love to. Because their life is at stake. And it's people like Kris and George that are going out here to not, see, Kris, his wish is not for himself. It's to try to save the men, women, and children who are on the waiting list, dying, waiting for organs. You know what? I said I'd be honored to go on this campaign with him. I didn't know what to expect, and it's sure not easy. I mean, it isn't easy, but you know what? With people like yourselves, and the principals, and students, and the OPP, and everybody that's helping, it makes it possible. It makes us be able to do what we're out here trying to do. And you know what? It's a blessing. It truly is a blessing to be part of something that can possibly save people's lives. I mean, these people can't do it for themselves, and I'm blessed to be able to be out here and to do these things for them. So I'm truly honored, and thank you very much for having us here. Thank you.
I want to mention something else about this. How many people know Terry Fox? Right. Well, just to recount his story again, 24 years ago, there was a young man named Terry Fox, and he had a dream. His dream was to walk across Canada, and his dream was to inspire every Canadian to donate $1 so that one day there would be a cure for cancer. That was Terry's dream. Kristopher Knowles has a dream. His dream is to walk across Canada so that one day he can